So what are the origins of body language? Where does it come from? Well, a lot of what we know in body language comes from the culture in which we were born and raised. It comes from our religion, from our parents, our teachers, our peers. For example, showing our palms appears to be a culturally learned thing, and most cultures do it. When we're trying to be open or honest, or say to someone, I'm not hiding anything from you, we'll hold our palms up. The steepling gesture appears to be a culturally learned gesture. If you're feeling confident about something, this is one that may appear in your repertoire. Now, to show you cultural differences, I want you right now to hold up your dominant hand and show me the number 5. Hold it right there, the number 5. Now change it to the number 2. Now for some of you, you'll have these 2 fingers up. Some of you will have these 2 fingers up. And some of you will have these 2 fingers up. It depends where you were born or raised, the culture that you come from. If you were born in a Western culture where English is the dominant language, you'll probably have these 2 up. Or if you're American, you'll have these 2 up. In Britain, you won't have that because that's offensive. Because when they count in Western countries, they count 1, 2, 3, 4, so the thumb clock's in at 5. In European cultures such as France, Italy and Germany, they'll count 1 on the thumb 2, so there's your 2, 3, 4, and the little finger comes in at 5. We also know that some gestures are inborn. For example, the ability to suck, to feed yourself. You're born being able to do that. We also know smiling is an inborn gesture. Now, the Austrian scientist Emil Ebsfeld was the first scientist to show that children who were born blind, visually impaired, had the ability to smile and show the same emotions as those who were fully sighted. Not only that, younger children who were visually impaired or blind could reach up and touch the face of a person, a parent, and feel the smile and respond accordingly. Dr. Paul Ekman studied 5 cultures, including a Stone Age culture in Papua New Guinea that I also visited. And what he discovered was the basic emotions of human beings: fear, anger, surprise, joy, sadness, happiness, were expressed with exactly the same gestures, even though the Stone Age cultures that have been studied here, and there are 5 of them in the world, all showed those same expressions, linked to the same emotions, but they'd never seen any other culture. Crossing your arms. Try it now. I want you to cross your arms on your chest. Now there's 7 chances out of 10, 70% chance you have the left arm on top as the dominant arm. Now, it would appear that we may be born with the ability to cross our arms because other primates, monkeys, chimpanzees, also do this. The purpose of arm crossing is to protect the heart and lungs from a frontal attack. That's why we cross exactly across the heart and lungs. We don't cross low, we don't cross high. It's right across the middle of the chest to protect ourselves. Now, to show you how inborn this could be, I want you to copy this. I want you to uncross and reverse the movement in one time. Can you do it? Most people can't do it. Now, as time goes on, some gestures evolve and they develop. For example, a small child, let's take a 5-year-old child who speaks English as its main language. They have a vocabulary of around 2,000 words, but they have close to a full vocabulary of adult gestures and expressions that they can interpret or read. So if a 5-year-old is going to lie, they might do it like this: "No, I didn't do it." Now, instantly, you will know that that child probably did do it because they're stopping the words from coming out of the mouth. But as you get older, this gesture develops and becomes more subtle. So a teenager might say, well, no, I don't know what happened. I didn't do it. So the mouth covering gesture becomes more of a nose touching whilst looking away. So now we're getting a multiple of gestures. Whereas an older adult might just touch their nose. You can trust me. Yes, the check is in the mail. I will always support you. If you've ever been to a fortune teller, you'll probably know that they can tell you some apparently remarkable things about yourself and even predict the future. So how do they do it? Well, it's what I call cold reading. Now, most fortune tellers and psychics are women, and there's a reason for that, which I'll come to soon. What they're doing, in fact, is what's called cold reading. They're looking at you, and as they make statements, and they're making predictable statements about most people most of the time, they look at your reaction, the small movements in your face, maybe a flick of your eyes, nostril flaring, teeth moving, tongue maybe moving in and out, and from that they get a reaction to know what to say next. So just for you especially, we've put together a fortune teller who's now going to give you your reading. Let's see how accurate she is.
Hello, I'm glad you've come to this session, and I can see you have things that are troubling you. because I'm receiving really strong signals from you. I sense that the things you really want out of life sometimes seem unrealistic, and you often wonder whether or not you can achieve them. I sense that at times you are friendly socially and very outgoing to others, but at other times you seem withdrawn, reserved and cautious. You take pride in being an independent thinker, but you also know not to accept what you see and hear from others without getting proof. You love change and variety, but you also become restless if you're controlled by restrictions and routine. You want to share your innermost feelings with those closest to you, but you've found it unwise to be too open and too revealing. A man in your life with the initial S is exerting a strong influence over you right now, and a woman who is born in November, she's going to contact you in the next month. While you appear disciplined and controlled on the outside, you tend to be concerned and worried on the inside, and at times wonder whether or not you've made the right choice or decision.
Okay, so how good was she? There's an 80% chance that she described most of your behaviour most of the time. And this is what cold readers do. They're great body language readers. They can read what's going on and get feedback from emotions to know what to say next. Now, some do it on purpose, intuitive. They've taught themselves to do it, such as you're learning to do here. And others are doing it on a deep intuitive basis. They actually don't know that's what they're doing. And they may believe, in fact, that they are actually psychic.